Hey coach, is your game going to be live streamed? Can't find a broadcast partner? I have the solution for you. It's time to contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. The Atlantic Soccer Media Group will provide you with the most extensive live coverage and affordable rates to bring your club's matches to your fans. So they will never miss any of the action.
Pavlovsky's able to just get enough of a touch on it to release it to Davies. Davies will send it forward. Usman Fall gets it over to the far side. Awanja Bedard deflected, and it's in! What a deflected goal for Kalanchi Pro Profile to take the lead. Awanja Bedard with the goal.
And bring them along with you as you raise the trophy.
And there it is, your 2025 UPSL Women's National Champions. It is the Albany Alley Cats.
So what are you waiting for the best and easiest coverage, national exposure, attract sponsors, interact with your fans, work with scouts from around the world? Contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Welcome to this presentation of UPSL Soccer action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Good afternoon and welcome in to this coverage of the ASMG TV's nonstop coverage of UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division. It is UMAFC taking on Georgia Revolution FC. My name is Larry Weber. Thank you so much for watching in today. We have a very, very exciting match to bring you today. Take a look at the lineups right now. You see two teams that are battling in the opposite sides of the table as we speak. Keep an eye on these two systems. They're both playing a 4-2-3-1 system. Keep an eye on Musese, Corona, and Scarrett at the top for the Revs. Look for Bay, Fakete, and Rubio for the UMA squad. Keep an eye right here at the table. This is what we're talking about. You look at this is in the South region, and you have FC Columbus Elite now at the top of the table this week. Kalanji Pro Profile having the week off. Georgia Revolution, a win today would see them move above Kalanji into second place. UMA down there at the bottom of the table trying to get some points. Some points today would allow them to move up a little bit points-wise, not position-wise. They would still stay in that 8th position. You want to get to at least in the top 4. That's what you need to move on into the playoffs. If they could get 3 points today, another win next week would see them get even closer into that top 4. On the north side, the Mustangs holding down the top, but Scenic City right there with them. Pachuca, Georgia, Georgia Impact as well. UMAFC, they're in the red kits today. Georgia Revolution are in the blue kits. You look at the matches that have already happened here in week 7. Red Top losing to Augusta Arsenal. A massive win for Augusta Arsenal. FC Columbus Elite 2-0 over Angeles. Scenic City with a significant win over Potros. And this has really been kind of an unbelievable result so far in this season. No wins for Potros FC. Not what we would expect to see as we came into this season. FC Birmingham, Atlanta Fire United. That match did not happen. Atlanta Fire, they had to forfeit the match. Still waiting for official results, but that should be a win for FC Birmingham. As always, ciao to our friend in Italy, Andrea. Thank you for watching ASMG TV. We're ready to get you kicked off. It's going to be Georgia Revolution. They're going to get us kicked off first in the blue kits, moving from left to right. UMA red, moving from right to left. Waiting for the whistle from the center official. Underway here at Lanett Stadium in Lanett, Alabama. One of our lower southern positions here in the conference. This is right on the edge of the Alabama-Georgia border on the west side. The Revs coming from McDonough, Georgia. It's roughly about an hour and a half. Here's a chance for UMA. Goes down. Is that a penalty? And the center official does point to the spot. Take a look at this again. You see the win of the ball in center circle, immediately attack. Great ball from Collins on his mark, and Lauderdale just takes him out. Be a penalty for UMA to start. And it is Rubio over the ball. Casey Lauderdale coming out of the box, goes to win the ball, but completely takes the man out. An early opportunity in the first 90 seconds. Rubio buries it in the top corner to make it 1-0. You go back, look at that again one more time. You look at that challenge by Lauderdale. They win it in the midfield. Does UMA. Immediately, good touch. Collins gives it to him in perfect space. And right at the top of the box, taking him down. Rubio getting it in the second minute to begin the campaign for UMA. Like I said, they can't move position-wise today, but they can move points-wise. That gives them an opportunity as this season gets closer and closer. It's a 10-match season for all of these clubs. UMA have only played 3 matches so far in this season. And this is match week 7. They have a very large makeup of games here as we get into the later stages. Nice ball, almost. If he could have slided that through to that far post, right there. Coming across, Lauderdale is there. Kede was trying to get that ball to Rubio. Good tackle. That tackle coming from Adofas. Now that ball lost by Bay, but they win it right back. The Rebs shell-shocked early, but still a lot of game to be left to be played. Shot pulled from Collins. Quickly watch the goal by Rubio. And he just buried that in the top corner. Back live. UMA really intense here in the first opening minutes of this match. Slotted across, cleared by UMA. Shot, and that one pulled wide. Another chance. He gets there. Rolls it out to his center back. Controlled there by Cover. Right at top of the center circle. Play it back to Cover. Kittleman surveys. He'll send a long ball. Cut off by UMA. That ball will roll out. UMA moving it forward. Deflected off of the Georgia man. Still, Rebs will win it back. Play it back through center circle. Lifted forward, but it's going to be allowed to roll out for a goal kick. All the way back to the defense. Out for throw. Working down the near line here. Good stop from Corona. Plays it back. Goes down. See if he gets the foul on that. He does not. Throw in quickly. Stacked up in goal and cleared. That'll be a foul. That ball will roll out, and it'll be a throw deep in the corner for UMA. That ball rolls past. Now, Rebs wanted to attack, not going to be able to do so. Into the box, shot taken, save. What a good save there by Lauderdale. Now Rebs, they want to counter. That ball just hit too hard from Corona, goes out, quickly thrown in. UMA really keeping the tempo in this match. Oh, here's a ball. Wasn't offside, shot in. What a save on the line by the defender. It'll be a corner, but Kittleman, he will take the brunt of that clearance as a defender, having to come back and help out his keeper as he had to come out. Look at this ball. Right on the line. They wanted to be the offsides, didn't get it. And look at Kittleman, just everything on the line, saves it for his keeper, takes the goal off the line a little bit. It'll be an outswinger. Cleared, they'll get to do it again. Long, high, and headed away. Foul committed. Holding off Scarrett, the UMA man. Play it over here to the near side. Collins, Bay, back to the defense. To Koff. He'll play it over to the far side. Up to center circle. That ball just hit a little too hard. That ball will go back to the Koff. That'll be a foul committed by the Rebs. Comes over here to the near side. Switch of play to the far side, controlled by Fakete. He'll slide it into the channel. Coming across, tried the acrobatics straight up into the air. Didn't get it on frame, but that one will roll out. It'll be a throw quickly once again by UMA. Surveys, goes to the far side. Good pass, controlled. That pass cut off. Like I said, 3 matches for UMA so far. They've only scored 3 goals. 2 of those coming against UFA. There's a foul. Their opener against Angeles at home here was a 1-1 draw. They went on the road to UFA and lost 7-2. Then went on the road to FC Columbus Elite and lost 1-0. You look at the Georgia Revolution side, they played 4 matches so far. First match on the road against FC Columbus Elite was a 3-1 loss. At home, defeated Augusta Arsenal 2-0. Went on the road, defeated LSA Norcross 2-1, and then at home last week defeated Red Top SC 4-0. So they've really racked up the points compared to UMA. Slot through. Cleared, wanted a foul in the box, didn't get it. But there's going to be an offsides called there. Go back and look at that potential foul in the box. See, it gets past the wall. And that's too light for me, unfortunately. I have to agree with the center. That was a very, very mild contact there. Gets centrally, takes a shot, hits the post and over from Salcedo. It's a nice ball in that far channel. Comes across the top of the box. Salcedo gets the touch, controls it, and somehow slots it between the American football and the crossbar. Back live here in the 20th minute. UMAFC 1, Georgia Revolution 0. The goal coming in the 2nd minute of the match. Penalty committed by Lauderdale, the keeper for the Revs, converted by Rubio. UMA. Nice, just moving through the defense of UMA. Here's a ball to the far side, a little too far, roll out. It's going to be a throw, but it's a deep, deep throw for UMA. He's going to have to move back. I mean, he's already moved up 10 yards. Center official allowed him to get away with that. That should have been moved back at least 10 yards. That one pulled a little bit wide, out for a goal kick. I got to say, I got to feel for the Rebs there. They should have, the center official should have forced that throw back at least 10 yards because that ball rolled out less than a yard away from the corner flag. And he was allowed to take that at least at the top of, almost at the top of the box. Here comes Salcedo. Trying to fight off the UMA men. Not able to do so, Musese. They'll win it back. Covert, go back to Kittleman. Kittleman will go over to Scarrett. Good ball forward. Nice little flick. That one just hit with a little too much. Could have got that ball into the near channel. Corona had space. UMA man down. Going to go check on him. See Coach Andrew down there for UMA. He's had the honors of winning the coach of the year before for our AMA awards. Look at the referee for today's match. Davis Reeves is our center official. Tanisha Smith, Masood Suleiman, our ARs, and Patrick Park, our fourth official. Rolled out by Dekoff. They lose it. Corona gets the ball forward. Here's a chance. Oh, just a little bit of a layup, but it helps, and it goes in for the equalizer. You almost thought he made the mistake of the pass, but to the liking of Georgia Revolution, he gets it into that open space, allows Scarrett to get the goal to make it 1-1. Take a look. You see Musese winning the ball, gives it, trading it with Corona, gets it back to Musese, and he slots it across just enough to get it to Scarrett to put it in the back of the net and make it 1-1 here in the 24th minute. No foul committed there at the edge of the center circle. Center official is letting this game go, letting these players play, allowing the contact. Going to have to think about that as this game goes along. Offsides. Play a fine line when you allow the players to play physical. But you got to have a little bit of a limit. Otherwise, the game could get out of hand on you. That ball sent in, but it's going to be too long. It'll go out. It'll be a goal kick for UMA. Shot taken, but that one, he's going to deflect it. It's going to be a corner. He could have just let that ball roll, and it would have been a goal kick from Dekoff, but making the save forces the corner for the Rebs. Here comes the in-swinger all the way through, able to keep it in. No, he is not. It'll go out, and it'll be a throw. Again, watch where this throw is taken because this is just barely away from the corner. Again, more than 5 yards. That'll be a foul committed by Musese. Now it's Reb's turn to turn up the pressure. into center circle. Tried to get a slight touch on that, but wasn't able to get the pass right. It'll go out. It'll be a throw, though, for UMA. Holds off the challenge, trying to work that line, unable to do so. Revs get the ball to Scarrett. Holding off the challenge, lays it off. Shot deflected right into the hands of DeKoff. Collins lays it. Here's a runner. That ball will go out. Be a throw for UMA. They did go ahead and make a change for that injured UMA player. Carlos Hernandez came on, number 16. You see down at the bottom of the screen. Into the box, straight up in the air by Kittleman. Headed back forward, Kittleman will clear. And a foul will be committed. Remember, here in the UPSL, both teams can make up to 7 substitutions throughout the match. Back underway, the Revs. Tried to dispossess Saucedo, unable to do so. Musese now. What a ball, trying to get it to Scarrett, just in front. Enough of the ball in front of him to allow it to get to DeKoff. Come over here to Collins. The captain will play it back. Collins loses it, but his defender helps him out. Played to the far side. They'll get it on the second attempt. That pass off the mark from Rubio. Back and forth between these two teams in the 30th minute. That ball is going to find its way out, and that will be another corner. And that will be a goal kick. He's going to get there, takes the shot, hits the bar out for a goal. They're going to call it a corner. See, quickly moving it forward. He's onside. They say it deflected off of Lauderdale. Here comes the outswinger from Collins. Headed away by Kittleman. There's a foul. That ball cleared. You can see the Rev man still down on the ground. That is Scarrett, who is down. he's going to log roll back onto the field so that there can be a pause. See this? Comes in, Kittleman clears. Comes here to down the line to scare it. And it's Cruz that looks to may have stepped on Scarrett. What this does is it allows the teams to, especially UMA, to get some hydration. As you look at the weather for today's match, 82 degrees right now. Winds are gusting to 6 miles an hour. They were a little bit more during warm-ups, but it's cooled down just a little bit in regards to gusty wind. No rain in the forecast. Got to remember, these are turf fields, so take that 82 degrees and turn it up almost 10 more degrees on that pitch in the sun. So these players are playing in very warm conditions as we are getting closer to the end of April. This ball will be given back to the Revs. We roll into the 35th minute. UMA FC 1, Georgia Revolution FC 1. And now we have a player for both sides down. Tashome for the Revs is still down. For UMA, one note for UMA, they've made a couple changes. The biggest change I see is up there at the top of the table, about put a little bit of pressure there. Coming up to put the pressure on the ball right there, number 11, Tony Kim. Tony Kim, one of the biggest superstars of this UMA FC roster. Took part in the MLS Super Draft, did not get picked up. Has played for Asheville City recently in the USL League 2. But Tony Kim back with UMA. He is a superstar, to say the least. That ball rolls into the arms of DeKoff. That brings firepower to this UMA squad. A part that they were lacking. Like I said, this UMA squad have only scored 3 goals in 3 matches. Attack from the Revs. That's deflected. And DeKoff will get there. It was Tony Kim who was a part of that squad when they were in Division I before they got promoted to the Premier, that holds the record for most goals scored in a regular season. They scored 63 goals that season. A lot of those goals came from Tony Kim. Tony will go through center and he'll lay it off. Number 60 is Taiwook Oh, who also came on. That'll be a foul. Is that going to be a card? Indeed, and will be a card. First card I've seen of the match coming for the Rebs here in the 39th minute. Believe it was Sean Carter, number 8, who received that yellow card. Collins over the ball. 41 yards out. Lifted into the box. And it'll be cleared. It'll be a throw. Lucky bounce comes right back. Let it roll all the way over to the far side. Into the box. Non-able to get to the first man, but second. Lays off. Oh, puts it in. Headed. The opposite. Unable to get there. Goal kick. See what they were trying to do there. Trying to play the angles is UMA. See. O's going to put this right into the box. Just a little too strong on that. Back alive. Be a throw for the Revs. That'll be a foul. Headed away, throw for the Revs. A little over 4 minutes ago in regular time. We'll see how much stoppage time we will receive. We've had a few substitutions here in the first half for UMA. That ball is not going to be able to be kept in. Goal kick. Plays it in that far channel, but not able to control it. It'll be a throw for the Revs. They were able to handle that pressure right off the bat. They got the penalty called on them, did the Revs in the first 90 seconds. They battled back into the match. The real good pressure from UMA in the first 10, 15 minutes. They work their way into the match. They get the goal in the 24th minute, hold the 1-1 draw right now, getting ready to go into halftime. Both teams have played really well. UMA looking to change it as the match has gone on in this first half with at least 3 substitutions in this first half. We'll get you all of those numbers here in just a few moments. At least at halftime, we'll get confirmed on who all was subbed. That ball played forward, but that one's going to go out. It'll be a throw for UMA. Continues to be a UMA ball. Nice shot, but that's going to hit the side netting. And a goal kick. Win the ball does UMA. Lifting it. Have the shot. Oh, and that one off the mark. Lauderdale doing his job as the keeper comes out, gets big, forces the mistake. You would think that this is an opportunity for UMA. They win the ball right here. Great tackle. Lift it over to the defense. This is a perfect ball. Rubio just doesn't get it. The angle right on that goes out. Back live. Play it back to the cough. So before halftime, we got confirmation. The three substitutes for UMA was number 5, Dibio Cruz, number 15, Eduardo Hernandez, and number 52, Damian Fekete. Subbed was number 16, Carlos Hernandez, number 11, Tony Kim, and number 60, Tawuk O. So those are the substitutions that UMA have made this first half. Lauderdale will give it to Kittleman. Kittleman surveying. He'll send it long. Scarrett able to control it in center circle. Saucedo. He'll have to play it back. Lucese with the ball in a good space. Controlled. Makes the turn. Lays it off. Salcedo is going to have to go back even farther. Now in Carter's possession. He'll play it here to the near side. Controlled by Cover. He'll go back to Kittleman. Kittleman. He'll give it to Carter. Let him move around to the far side. Revs just looking to control possession. The end of this first half. Cover, excuse me, that was Cover. Down the line. Corona. Tried to send it into the box, wasn't able to. Has it in the corner. Tried the little back flick. It'll be a goal kick. Corona trying the magic over in the corner. Wasn't able to get past the defense. Good work by the UMA man. 2.5 minutes through stoppage time. 3 minutes total stoppage time is what they posted from the fourth official. And he's going to stop it just slightly before. And we will go into halftime with the score. UMAFC 1, Georgia Revolution 1. A great battle between these two teams. Exactly what we were hoping for coming into this match. These two teams, if the Revs can get a win, they'd fall into second place. UMA, they'd stay where they are, but they would get closer in the points to fight their way into the playoffs. We'll see what they can do in the second half. We'll let you step away to get a drink and a snack. Come back. We're going to give you 45 more minutes of action here at Lanett Stadium. Ends at the half. UMAFC 1, Georgia Revolution 1.
coach, is your game going to be live streamed? Can't find a broadcast partner? I have the solution for you. It's time to contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. The Atlantic Soccer Media Group will provide you with the most extensive live coverage and affordable rates to bring your club's matches to your fans, so they will never miss any of the action.
Pavlovsky's able to just get enough of a touch on it to release it to Davies. Davies will send it forward. Usman Fall gets it over to the far side. Awanja Bedard deflected, and it's in! What a deflected goal for Kalanchi Pro Profile to take the lead. Awanja Bedard with the goal.
And bring them along with you as you raise the trophy.
And there it is, your 2025 UPSL Women's National Champions. It is the Albany Alley Cats.
So what are you waiting for? For the best and easiest coverage, national exposure, attract sponsors, interact with your fans, work with scouts from around the world? Contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. Hey coach, is your game going to be live streamed? Can't find a broadcast partner? I have the solution for you. It's time to contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. The Atlantic Soccer Media Group will provide you with the most extensive live coverage and affordable rates to bring your club's matches to your fans, so they will never miss any of the action.
Pavlovsky's able to just get enough of a touch on it to release it to Davies. Davies will send it forward. Usman Fall gets it over to the far side. Awanja Bedard deflected, and it's in! What a deflected goal for Kalanji Pro Profile to take the lead. Awanja Bedard with the goal.
And bring them along with you as you raise the trophy.
And there it is, your 2025 UPSL Women's National Champions. It is the Albany Alley Cats.
So what are you waiting for? For the best and easiest coverage, national exposure, attract sponsors, interact with your fans, work with scouts from around the world? Contact the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Welcome back here to Lanett Stadium for this UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division action. At the half, UMAFC 1, Georgia Revolution FC 1. You saw the highlights there at halftime. Take a look at the fixtures as it stands here in Week 7. The only other match that's going on right now, 2-2 between Georgia Impact and LSA Mustangs. That match is also at the half. Next match, final match of the night, Soccer Saves Lives versus Chattanooga Red Wolves 2. That match will be live here on ASMG TV. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Take a look at next week, match week 8. Chattanooga Red Wolves, they'll be home to Georgia Impact on Saturday at 6. Georgia Revolution will be home to Angeles at 7. LSA Norcross Pro, 7:30 kickoff against Red Top. Sunday, Augusta Arsenal against this UMAFC at 5. Atlanta Fire United taking on Potros at 5. Scenic City SC, Pachuca, Georgia at 7, and LSA Mustangs taking on FC Birmingham at 7:30. Look at the leaderboards as it stands right now. We're in the South right now. FC Columbus Elite, they're at the top of the table. Kalanji Pro Profile right behind them. They have the week off. Georgia Revolution, Augusta Arsenal. That is your top 4 that move on to the playoffs. Red Top just on the outside looking in. Same with 7 points. UFA, Lawrenceville, not that far away. You see UMA down there, 1 point. With a win today, they'd stay, but they would be in 4 points. They would just be within shouting distance to the playoffs. You look over here at the north, LSA Mustangs, they're at the top with Scenic City, Pachuca, Georgia, Georgia Impact. That is your top 4. Chattanooga, Potros, Soccer Saves Lives, they're all on the outside looking in. They all need points. FC Birmingham and Atlanta Fire, they're at the bottom. Remember, the bottom team of both sides at the end of the season, the bottom team will be relegated to Division 1. That is definitely what teams don't want to get into, but that is where we are at. about to get underway here in the second half. It's going to be UMA that'll get us going here in the second half. They're in the red kits, moving from left to right. Georgia Revolution in the blue kits, moving from right to left. Just waiting for the whistle from our center official, and we will get underway with that Voigt ball. Voigt, the official match ball sponsor of the UPSL. Underway for the second half here at Lanett Stadium. Thank you so much for watching here on ASMG TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get all of our content, not just these live matches, but podcasts, interviews, highlights, so very much more, all found right here on ASMG TV. The Rebs wanting to come out strong here in the second half. See if they can sneak a goal here in the early stages, just like UMA did in the first half. Musese plays that one all the way over to the far side. That one unable to get past the UMA man, but still in possession of the Revs. Ball trying to find its way to the striker, unable to get there. David Poku in the match for the Revs now. Nice little turn there by Alex Garrett. That ball gets past, but not able to do anything. That pass deflected. Right there at midline, the Revs get possession back. They'll play it back to defense. Nice square pass. Poku, he's got to play it back. He'll receive it again. He tried to just let it roll so he could turn and run, unable to do so. Little back heel there by Idbufas. This will be a throw for UMA. 48th minute. A lot of soccer to be left to be played here in Lanett Stadium. Poku challenged, and it was the UMA man that came away worse for the wear. Hernandez plays it forward. Hernandez gets it back, trying to fight off the Revolution man, unable to do so. It'll be a throw for the Revs. There was that battle with Alanine that caused the knock for the UMA man. But he was able to go on without needing trainer assistance. Musese into the box. Good ball. Poku wanted a foul. But it's going to be a throw for UMA. And this time it'll go and it'll be a Rebs throw. Scared gets us back underway. Saucedo turns. Nice ball to the far side. That ball deflected. Trying to get it back, unable to do so. UMA, a little bit of a back heel. Play it over to the far line, get it back. Now here comes the switch here to the near side. Just too far. See what they were trying to do there. UMA has been trying to use the transition from side to side throughout this match to keep the Revs guessing as to where the attack is coming from. But they really haven't had anything for the Revs since that first 90 seconds. Good turn from Musese. Holding off two challengers. And he's going to earn the foul. And there will be a yellow card issued to the UMA man. And it'll be Musese. He wants to get it restarted, but the center official's still not ready. He's walking away from him with his back as he's writing in the yellow card there in the 52nd minute. You can see just in the bottom left-hand corner, you see Coach Andrew talking to his UMA squad. There's Prince, teacher number 57, who received that yellow card. Player down for UMA. Ball forward. Play it back to Lauderdale. He's able to clear it. Now Saucedo plays it back. Coming over to the far channel. Good ball to Musese. He'll work it. Nice ball forward, but just a little too out of range for the Rebs man. Hernandez gives it to his center back. Teacher come over here to the near side. He'll get it right back, and he'll lift it up, and it's going to be out of play. Substitution for UMA. Jefferson Hernandez coming on. Headed away. Revs get it back. Poku was stacked up. He had to play it back to Scarrett. They'll win the ball, does UMA. Nice ball forward. It's a little too far. Oh, that was a really, really interesting opportunity. UMA will win it back, though. About another foot to the right, and that could have been dangerous from UMA. Hernandez, advantage is played. They're going to go back to the foul. Now this will be an opportunity for Tony Kim to bring on his magic. Two-man wall for the Revs. Lifts it over, heads in! That is sensational from UMA. Give Tony Kim the assist. What a header from number 57, Prince Ticha, to make it 2-1. Look at this coming from Tony Kim. Two-man wall. They stack up over on the far side. He just lifts it and allows the runner, Prince Ticha, to come on. He puts it past Lauderdale and makes it 2-1. That was beautiful. So Ticha with the yellow card in the 52nd minute, and then he gets a goal in the 57th minute. So the man of the last couple minutes. And right there, clears it out. It'll be a throw. Revs, Poku. His pass is taken away. Almost ran right past the ball. Tried to pass it forward to Hernandez, but he didn't get that right. Player down for UMA. Looks like he's just working on a cramp. Is William Item. 58 minutes. UMAFC 2, Georgia Revolution 1. Musese gets the ball to Scarrett. Scarrett taking on 3 men, and he almost put that one in the back of the net. Lane Scarrett almost equalizing here in the 59th minute. Look at Musese. He gets through the first channel, gets the ball to Scarrett. Scarrett pushes past, makes the shot, and whew, he almost put it through the entire defensive line of UMA there. That'll be a foul. Just a comment on one of the notes in the chat, talking to Andrea. I totally agree with you. I've been very, very surprised with the level of play from Potros FC. They come into this match. They were the regular season champs, or they were the playoff champs in the spring season last year. They came into this season, Coach K moves from North Georgia United down to Potros FC to take over the role, and they have 3 draws and a loss, and it's very, very surprising the level that is coming from Potros FC this season. They did expand this season. Red Top SC is a product of Potros FC, similar to what you saw when Kalanji Pro Profile split off with SSL, Soccer Saves Lives, as well as this season, LSA Mustangs and LSA Norcross Pro. LSA Norcross Pro, even though they are winless this season, that team is actually LSA Norcross U23, their Division 1 team from last year. Mustangs is actually the Norcross team that played last season. That's why you see a much more winning team in that Mustangs team, because that team is still together from that Norcross. So you see the expansion of some of these teams, and you see how some of them haven't produced like they did in seasons past. Ball in, cleared. Because the Georgia Conference does not do what, there are some conferences in the UPSL that does allow for 2 teams from the same organization to play in a season. The Georgia Conference does not allow that. So they have to be 2 separate entities if they want to compete in the same division. That's why you see Mustangs, Norcross, SSL, Kalanji, and now Potros and Red Top, if that makes any sense. You wouldn't want to see 2 Manchester Uniteds or 2 Cities or 2 Sunderlands or something like that in the Premier League. So hopefully that makes sense. As we get closer to May, the UPSL Women's Division will be kicking off in the Georgia Conference here in the next few weeks. 8 teams in the UPSL's Georgia Conference Women's Division, expanded from last season in the inaugural season, last spring. We'll see if the Steamers can make it to the national tournament in that final tournament like they were last season. We'll see if the Albany Alley Cats can go and defend their national title. Ball lifted here to the near side from UMA. That is a beautiful ball, but it's going to be offsides. Be a substitution for the Revs. That one right across the face of goal, and it's going to roll out. It'll be a throw. Jermaine Hugh coming on, number 10. His first touch of the ball earns a goal kick for UMA. If you want to continue your support for these UPSL teams, what you need to do is go over to UPSLFanshop.com. That is where you can find apparel for your favorite teams. Some of those teams including teams here in the Georgia Conference like UMAFC, FC Birmingham. You can also find Soda City FC. You can also find Miami United. And then, of course, Kalanji Pro Profile. You'll find multiple different shirts. You can also find UPSL apparel, as well as Voight balls, patches, and pennies. You can find all of that at upslfanshop.com. A little bit of a knock there for DeKoff, but he's up, he's moving. That ball cleared, and he took a knock as he was clearing that ball. A little bit of a cramp. Like I said, it's 82 degrees. Add in at least another 10 degrees on that artificial turf. And those legs start to get the pressure. That's not the first time that William Idem went down. Coach Andrew getting a ball for Rebs to get back underway. Musese with a nice ball. Grabbed there by DeKoff. Foul committed by the Rebs. Tony Kim over the ball again for UMA. This one just at 35 yards out. Look for a surgical strike just like the last time. Only a one-man wall this time. High into the air, and that ball will hit the American football post. And it'll be a goal kick. Another substitution coming on for the Rebs. This time, Landon Michalik coming on. Musese able to contain possession for the Rebs. Gave it to Hugh. Hugh played it back. Musese will get it again. Working down that far channel. Good pass forward. Musese wasn't able to get to that ball. UMA want a counter. Ball sent a little too far out of Collins' reach, but he's able to run it down. Teacher will play it back to DeKoff. Item. He'll send it. Hernandez getting dangerous with that high boot as he kind of clattered into Michalik. UMA goes down. He earns the foul. I believe that was Tony Kim who went down. They want to take it quickly. Not going to do so. But they're back underway. Here comes Tony Kim. Can't get past the second line. That shot right into the arms of Lauderdale. Good ball into the channel, but that one will roll out. And a goal kick. Good throw in there by Michalik. He'll go down. He'll earn the foul. "20 minutes to go. Still in regulation. UMAFC 2, Georgia Revolution 1. Rebs still have plenty of time to equalize. Do not have to get desperate yet. That'll change if it continues within the next 10-15. Then they start to get desperate. Hugh. Nice cut. Lifts it forward, but it's going into the arms of DeKoff. Actually, DeKoff's had a great match for UMA in goal. That ball sent forward. It's able to get past Kittleman. Not going to be able to get past Cover. Lauderdale will blast one forward. You may win it. Immediately pressed. And you see Jefferson Hernandez with a cramp for UMA, and he hadn't even come close to contact there. Michalik deflected that, forcing it in the corner, and wins the goal kick. Man, you can see several of the UMA players dealing with muscle cramps, hydration. We talk about it so many times throughout our broadcasts. Hydration is days in advance. Especially down here in the Southeast. It is always a warm one down here. That is Jefferson Hernandez. He just came on. He was subbed this half. So it's not like he's been out there for 73 minutes. That ball will make its way all the way back to Lauderdale. Trainer going over to check on Jefferson. UMA will win that. Tony trying to dance past the Revs man, unable to do so. He'll win it back though. Hugh will come over here to the near side. Controlled, not able to do so. You can see players just collapsing all over the pitch. Expect to see UMA utilize the remaining subs that they have. They will definitely go through all 7 subs today. So it looks like Caden Kent will be coming on momentarily. Here's a chance. Oh, that one up and over the bar, out for goal kick. Here will come the sub. I would assume that William Idem, well, and there goes Jefferson Hernandez. This looks to be far more severe than initially looked at. Caden Kent is on. Hernandez is who's off. He had to be helped with be an in-swinger. Hedu, he was all alone. He could have had a brace. All he had to do was put that on frame. Hopefully that's nothing too severe for Hernandez. Could control the ball, Musese. Oh, and he just pulls it wide. Michalik with a sensational opportunity there for the Rebs to equalize, and he just pulls it within a soccer ball's length here. Look at this. Hugh gets it to Musese. Musese with a perfect ball to Michalik, and he does not miss by much. I mean, that was at most half a yard. Not even a half a yard. And a foul right at midline by Tony Kim. Headed forward. That's a good ball from the Rebs. Good save by DeKoff, forcing the throw. That one will be in DeKoff's hands. He'll go down and take off a couple seconds if he can. Definitely agree with Andrea in the chat. You hate getting a tackle here on artificial turf. Get that turf burn. DeKoff going down. I really didn't see any reason. I think that was nothing more than a gentleman's wasting of the clock from DeKoff. Still got 11 minutes plus stoppage time. I would expect to see at least 3 minutes of stoppage time, probably more. Ball getting over here to the near side, controlled by Poku. He lays it off to Hugh. Hugh tried to flick it forward for Michalik. Not going to get there. Attack right now is all in the hands of the Revs. UMA forced to defend. Working the far channel. Sese trying to decide on the option he wanted to use. He'll give it to Hugh. Hugh will lift it forward. Not able to utilize that opportunity from Newman. But there is a foul. See this ball from Hugh. Newman sending it straight up into the air. And Corona taken off. Earns the foul. This ball is maybe a yard out of the box. You can see the lines right there. You can see the conversation going on with the referee and the fourth official. You see them talking on the headset, allowing the substitution. That's one of the things we love to see in these broadcasts. Not all UPSL referee crews utilize communication systems like that, using because it comes out of their own dime. It's not something that the UPSL provides to these referees. So, but you love to see these guys, because remember, not only are these players looking to advance into the professional ranks, these referees as well, they're wanting to find their way into the professional ranks. So they're advancing as much as the players are advancing. Jonathan Thomas getting allowed to come on, replacing Corona. Two-man wall for UMA. Oh, what a goal from Jermaine Hugh, and it is equalized here in the 83rd minute. Look at this one. Two-man wall, two Revs right next to him, and Jermaine Hugh with the left goes right through and puts it past. You saw his man over there on the right side of the wall go down. It gives him the perfect space to put that ball past Dukoff and make it 2-2 in the 83rd minute. Like I said, going throughout this match, UMA needing points as they're way down at the bottom of the table. They're currently sitting out of 9 places, currently sitting in 8th. They've only got 1 point so far. Remember, the bottom team in both tables, both the North and the South, the bottom team at the end of the season will be relegated to Division I. Only 1 point ahead of LSA Norcross Pro. That match that's going on at the same time over at Tommy Baker Field between Georgia Impact and LSA Mustangs. Georgia Impact 3, LSA Mustangs 2. Mustangs are 4-0 so far this season. Top of the table. That'll be a massive win for the Impact if it ends that way. Still about 6 minutes plus stoppage time. over there in the North Division. North Region, I should say. Shot, save there. It'll be a corner for the Revs. First corner the Revs have had in a while. But like I said, this win would allow the Revs to move into second place and jump over Kalanji Pro Profile, or be right there with them. Into the box, cleared. They'll do it again. Here comes another in-swinger. This one in the box. They wanted a handball. Not going to get it. Musese. Down the line, it'll be a corner. Throw, excuse me. So far, the Revs and Kalanji, they have not battled against each other yet, so the first divider is head-to-head, so that one will go away. It'll come down to goal differential. So right now, Georgia Revolution have a +5. Kalanji has a +15. So Kalanji would actually hold second place. And Georgia Revolution would stay third, but they would be tied on points at 12. And FC Columbus Elite, massive season so far, sitting at the top of the table here in week 8. That ball bouncing through, and it will be a corner. And we talked about teams splitting apart early throughout this match between teams like Mustangs and Norcross and Kalanji and SSL. FC Columbus Elite is the exact opposite. It is a merging of two teams. Fountain City FC and FC Columbus Elite becoming one Columbus Elite. Another outswinger. That one will be headed away, and it will be a goal kick. But that is two teams from the South area down there in the Columbus, Georgia, which made absolute sense. Both teams play in the same city. They play at the same stadium. It just made sense for both of them to come together, merge together, and they have played sensational this season. 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. They're going to be a real big challenger in the playoffs. Musese did not miss by much there. $90 seconds to go. Plus stoppage time. Like I said, I'm expecting stoppage time to be quite lengthy with the injuries and with the substitutions that have been made throughout this match, especially the second half. We've had several stops because of cramping and a significant amount of subs for both teams here in this second half. Goal from each team in both halves. Musese, good movement, shot. Ooh, pulls it wide. Goals opened in the second minute. Rubio with the goal for UMA. But Hughes' goal in the 83rd minute equalizing. And it is really, really going to be tight in these last few moments. May Trying to relieve the pressure. Kittleman holding off. Gets it forward. Good ball to Musese. He would have been offsides anyways. Musese has been very dangerous in these last few minutes. Into stoppage time. Ball forward. Thomas is going to send it back to Musese. That ball will roll out. It'll be a throw for the Revs. Halick will go over to the far side. Got a lot of space over there if he could just get possession. Hugh. Controlled by Salcedo. Gives it. Salcedo will get it back. Sharing passes with Newman. Lifted over for Newman. Trying to use that height. That ball cleared. It'll be a goal kick. Handball. You may want to transition fast. Kalick gets it to Musese. Musese holding off 3 UMA players. Got it to Poku. But Poku's pass was off the mark, and that'll be a foul. Another sub is going to be allowed. John Hong coming on. Replacing Carlos Hernandez. Gonna have to send this one. Hoping for some sort of result late in this match. I said Revs, they would love to have a win and find themselves. There is a foul, and that'll be a yellow card. Revs would love this win because that would put them right there with Kalanji. A draw will keep them in third. A win for UMA would be what they need. A draw still keeps them in front of LSA Norcross Pro. Can Hugh continue the magic that he had in the 83rd minute? This ball is about 32 yards out. 3-man wall. It's rolling and right into the hands of DeKoff. A little bit of extracurricular there between DeKoff and Kittleman. And that is how we end the match. Slightly underwhelming ending, but an ending nonetheless. And a fair ending. We end with UMA FC 2, Georgia Revolution 2. A decent, fair ending. We'll take a look at the leaderboard. Like I said, here in the South, this will keep Georgia Revolution where they were in 3rd. UMA will stay in 8th. Doesn't really give any difference. Just a point. Augusta, Arsenal, they're really coming on strong all of a sudden. With 2 wins, they find themselves in that final playoff spot in 4th place. Red Top right there with them, but very, very, very close. So that is where we stand there. When we talk about the North region, Mustangs are at that top of the table. That match between them and Georgia Impact, it's getting near the end. Georgia Impact still holding on to a 3-2 lead as that match is in the final stages as well. We'll take a look really quick. We'll look at the fixtures. Come over here to week 7. This match ends 2-2. This match ends 2-2. It was 1-1 at half. So we'll give you the updated information as it stands right now. 2-2 for UMA and Georgia Revolution. Georgia Impact and LSA Mustangs 3-2. The next match kicks off at 7 o'clock, so just about an hour. Soccer Saves Lives, Chattanooga Red Wolves 2. You'll see that match right here on ASMG TV. And then that will be all of week 7. Week 8, you look at it. Red Wolves 2 taking on Georgia Impact. Revs will be home to Angeles. UMAFC will be on the road to Augusta Arsenal, a team that has really been on fire these last couple weeks. That'll be it. And Atlanta Fire, Potros, Scenic City, Pachuca, LSA Mustangs, FC Birmingham. That is where we will have it for today. Thank you for watching so much here on ASMG TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Get all of our content. We leave you with UMAFC 2, Georgia Revolution 2.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.